and the product benefit is written to the supplier, or sorry, to the joint ventures, right? So the next step after the benefit is we would like to talk about the product features. What are the features you will provide to the joint venture so he can sell your product?
This is how they would represent it to their clients.
Yes. So the product name you have must say your product name joint venture offer. The benefit of my products is the benefit to the joint venture. Now, what are the features which I need to set up so I can be joint venture ready? I can give you the first one, the invitation letter or email. That's right. This is the first product feature. You wanna give it to somebody, right? Sometimes when we give the feature as an invitation, we have a cover sheet on our folder. I'm not sure how many of you did folders for partners, but you will have the invitation letter as the first sheet in the folder, that's right? If you remember your, not your past life, but if you remember the life before, after, you used to have this partnership program, or you have this agency program, you should have the invitation letter. And people come to the program and say, oh, why do I still have the invitation letter? I said, yeah, this is just our standard package. Because under ISO requirement, you have to have this letter with a code. So the first feature will be the invitation letter. That's right. What are features you need to add to give it to a vendor or a joint venture to promote your offer?
Marketing material.
What sort of marketing material?
Sales. Sales kit.
So you may want to have a sales kit. What else?
Price structure.
You may need to have a price structure. Is a price structure or a commission structure?
Commission structure.
Okay, this is not in order because remember the commission is the last page. So what else in marketing material? Maybe links online,
Like landing page?
like landing page. You may also want to have a joint venture portal.
What do you mean by that?
On your website, you may want to have a subdomain called partners.yourbusiness.
Yeah.
So in Stand For Yourself, we have a domain called partners.standforyourself.com, where our partners will come, they will have their own username and password, and they will have unique material made for them. In Infusionsoft, when they sign up as a partner, they have an access to a username and password, and then they will have access to their links and access to their promotion material. No one from your partner will, if somebody from your partner wants to access your logo, how they will access it? They must have a way to access. Nobody will go and click a right mouse, save the logo here. And you don't want to do that because they can go, they can give a distorted logo look. So you need to give them guidelines how to use your logo. You need to use guidelines. Some of us will have a special logo which said partner beside.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us will. It's not necessary you'll have such a thing. So what other tools or what other features around this product? Did I talk here at all about what the product is? Or how the delivery of the product?
No.
Do you understand now how to use this sheet? Because if I am a partner to you, if I am the nurses association, and you come and say, I have a tool for you to use, I don't care, because I'm not the association is a virtual organization. But if I say I have a tool which will help your members to be 1, 2, 3, and here is the benefits, the association will come and say, wow, that's great. So having a product for joint venture is a different type of products than what you have to offer. It has different features because it talks about the partnership level. It doesn't talk about the delivery. They may not be able to see the videos. Like in your case, when you talk about selling videos, these people will not watch them. Do they care? They should only care about testimonials. So one of the tools here you may want to have is testimonials. Testimonials from who? Other partners. You can also add a couple of testimonials about other beneficiaries or users. It's not a big deal. But you must have a testimonial of who? From other partners. Does it make sense? You can also have testimonials from users or clients or customers. How the testimonial is structured, remember the stool. The testimonial is pain point, 3D defining moment, and happy outcome. So if I want to have a testimonial from a partner has to tell me why did he work with me, what he achieved by working with me, and what were the pain points when he was looking for such an offer. 3D defining moment. For you, it might be only defining moment, but when you speak from the stage, you need to take them through the 3D defining moment. And if you are selling a video product, how you will welcome your partner?
By video.
By video,
So that
okay?
they get the experience.
So you may want to
Use-
have
use the
a
channel.
video introduction. Does it make sense to sell a video product without giving video production to my partner? A video course without selling a video production? So you remember, when you produce your video content, you need to have a session for what? For inviting your client, and a session to invite your joint venture, to record the video, to sell the video. So when you record your own video for your own course, you need to have an extra sessions.
Yep.
One to market the actual video course, and the second one is to
Greet, invite.
invite the joint venture. Does it make sense?
Yep.
Is it too much? Too scary?
Too scary, yeah.
Believe me, if you have the infrastructure tools, 40-50% of the problem is solved. So, in particular, when we tried this with a few different tools, there's one tool which really is so simple.
So you said video of the introduction?
He sells video course.
Okay.
So if you sell video course and you ask me to market for you a video course, how you will introduce the course to me? On video. That's right. So you may want to consider to have a video introduction to the joint venture. I would like to welcome you to my joint venture program, and hear what you will get, and you can direct them where you will go. What other features you like to you feel you should add as well?
We talked in the beginning about terms and conditions and
So-
contract.
So you need to have a contract / agreement. Contracts and agreements can be done online by agreed to terms, or can be done by an email or by a written document. And you should have also terms and conditions. Now, when I have this online on my website, what are the existing terms and conditions? They are the same terms and conditions of my own website. They are the same disclaimers, right? So when you look at terms and conditions and disclaimers and privacy, you may just want to add this inside them. You may don't want to have an extra one.
Yeah.
But you need to verify that there is a term and conditions for which will cover partners. We ran into a couple of problems. One of them was very interesting because somebody was working with somebody and they said, okay, we don't want him to work for us anymore. How you will close this relationship? If you go back to the term and condition, or the contract agreement, it must have an a breakup clause, a divorce. We call it a divorce clause. If you don't have a divorce clause in your agreement, people will not expect to be fired or stopped. Or you may want to have the agreement made for one time. You say it's only agreement on one project. Or you will be joint venture for only one product. Does it make sense?
What's that last one? HO?
Terms
Happy
No,
outcome.
Happy outcome.
Happy outcome.
Happy outcome.
Happy out. So what's the 3D?
When you stand in front of the stage and you want to engage your audience, you have to tell them why people made a decision to buy your product. So I want to come and say, for example, I was struggling with my books. I had this nasty letter. I didn't know what to do. I was sitting there in this meetup. I had all this noise around me. Everybody getting was a beer. I saw this guy with a nice hat. We forget. I looked to him. I talked to him, and this what make decision to talk to Mike. So when I talk about the noise around me and the people around me drinking, the 3D component is what will engage people more. So you always need to define why and what make you sign up for a service. If you expand and stretch it in a 3D scenario, when you articulate it, people will engage with you more.
So basically a story moment.
As a story moment, yeah. So pain point is what you will suffer before you got. And when I join your program and I got your bookkeeping and accounting, you make me save money, you make me pass easily an audit. This is my happy outcome. I can come and say, oh yeah, I met him in this meetup, which Shamir goes all the time to this meetup. I met Mike, he's a nice guy. He told me come, I came.
Yeah.
This is a very short term of it. But if I come and say, I walked in the meetup, I was so depressed, it was top of my mind, I didn't find any help. I saw these people happy, drinking, and then I spoke to Mike, and Mike said, don't worry, it's a piece of cake for me. I will sign up and I will help you. Now people are engaged more, that's right, because we talk more about how the scenarios around you.
Yeah,
So
you just kind of surfed over that. So
yeah, not because we have a course on how to present from the stage
Right.
and how to set up webinar, where we had lots of discussions.
yeah, got it.
Okay.
I'm just a little late to the party. That's all.
No, it's not. No, nobody is late. Nobody is late for the party. It's just that's why I call it 3D defining moment, because we always remember, can we bring a 3D component to it?
Sure, got it.
Can we bring who smells the coffee? Can we bring who smells the beer? Can we bring 4th and 5th dimension to it? So people will engage more. So you will need testimonial for other partner. You will need testimonial for users. Now, when you don't have other partners engaged, is it tricky how to get these testimonials? Which means that your offer may need to be tested by other people for no reason other than give you testimonials. If you are going behind a big launch, you may want to test it with other people. That's why when I said you go to the JV3 or any of these website groups, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, and ask them, you know what, can you guys go in and test my platform and let me know what you think about it? So what these people, when they go in, when they come out, what they will say? It's a perfect testimonial. I know it's a testimonial about how easy to use, everything is there. I understand that. But it's better than nothing. That's why testing it is a key with the understanding that you need to have a testimonial. But you don't tell them this upfront. Does it make sense? I found a very interesting testimonial about me the other day. I was showing someone my podcast, and in one of my podcasts I had a recording of an interview. It was made on a professional speaking association, and the director of the professional speaking association, when she introduced me, she said one of the best speaker or one of the top speaker in the world. So I took the audio recording of this particular part, and this became a testimonial. This is how I was introduced by an influential. I did not notice these testimonials till when I was showing someone a couple of videos about 2-3 weeks ago. Okay? So this is one way to do it. Another testimonial I got from IPAC, and the fellow said, the platform for authors, speakers, and consultants is what people buy for it. So, as the closing of my workshop, the MC, which is the director of the Independent Publisher Association Canada, he gave me a very nice testimonial there, because he said thank you for the workshop. People don't buy books. People don't buy knowledge. People buy from a platform because they trust. They see. It was very nice verbiage. I believe if I asked him for a testimonial, he would not say that loud. So when you go to places and contribute free workshops or volunteer for activity, videotape it, record it. It might have a nice testimonials. So all what I did is I went in and said, okay, here is your video, here is your audio, here is your video. Would you allow me to use this as an official testimonial with your photo? He said yes. Thank you. Okay. Any questions? So this is our set of features, which is what your product feature will be. Now you can have some ads on. What other ads on you can have for a JV partner?
Are these like bonuses and extras, or what are they?
Yes, there is ads on, there is extras, there is bonuses. So can you
like a dashboard where you can see where you're at?
the dashboard is part
So it's
of, we
portal?
talked about the dashboard, we talk about the portal.
Portal, okay.
Could it be that we can cross promote each other's products? Could that be an add-on, or?
You can cross promote, or you can have an access to extra offers.
When you say extra offers, that means other product lines, or?
Other product lines. Or you may want to give them an access to a free podcast.
But is that a benefit to the JV or is that a benefit to the?
It's a benefit to the GV because the GV will be able to sell more because he gave more stuff.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Oh, so you mean he can, the podcast will be free for him, for the JV, but JV can rebrand it, remarket it, or?
Either rebrand it or just offer it to his client as well for free.
Okay, so
To help him providing more values to his clients. The whole exercise of today is trying to put you in the shoes of a joint venture individual. And you try to switch your mind a little, because we have this discussion all the time. Can we have joint venture? Can we have product which can sell through joint ventures? The answer is yes. Anybody with a reasonable amount of training and with a reasonable amount of hours put toward producing a product with a reasonable amount of quality can launch and sell through partners. What the partners need is different than what your client needs. These are completely different requirements. So these are the requirement from the partner perspective, and this is the whole exercise of today. What are the requirements from a partner perspective? So you can have a clear fast to get partners. Okay? So you can have supplement free products or other free products for the partner. Can you think about extras or bonuses or adds on? For sure, bonus will be the sliding structure. One of the bonus is the sliding structure
What is that?
for commission. You
Oh,
say
That's what I have.
the more you sell, the higher the
Yeah.
percentage you
the
get.
high percentage you can do. Okay.
What's the difference between an add-on and an extra?
It's just definition for yourself. There is no difference.
Okay.
Bonuses, adds on, and the extras are the same as the pure product feature. The only difference is you need to have a minimal viable product. And when you try to sell or when you sell from the stage, people will expect to see extras or people will expect to see adds on, people will expect to see extras, and people will expect to see a bonus now. So the bonus usually to create urgency. The extra, the adds-on is to create low discussions around the price. Okay? And the extra, between the extra and the adds-on is to create urgency. So when I come and say I have a program here, and by the way, when you sign up for this program, you will receive also 1, 2, 3. And for however will sign up today will receive this extra, and the first 5 will receive the bonus.
So can you please repeat that? The add-on is to,
It works as this flow. I have an offer here,
yeah.
okay? And this offer, I went through the value, I went through the investment. I don't like to call it price, okay? And then if you sign up, if you buy this, I'm also giving out my book and whatever adds on I can add. My book, my free seminar, my free podcast, my free audio, whatever extra you can add. Whatever you have as adds on, as features you can offer, this will reduce the discussion on the price. Is it $4.97 or supposed to be $3.97? So when you get this service here, I will also give you some of this service. Then, if you sign up today, or you sign up with a specific limit, specific time, I will give you 2 or 3 extra things. Okay? And the first 3 or 5 people will sign up will get this special.
So I highlighted the 3 arrows as increase in value, urgency, and scarcity.
Yes, I love it. So this will be increase in value,
Yeah.
urgency, and scarcity.
Only first five get one-on-one coaching.
Yeah, or first 3 or first whatever. Okay? So this is supposed to take rid of 80% of objections. The other 20% of objections is what we covered in the 254 pages workbook about sales and how to overcome objections. Because if somebody will come to here and say, I don't have the credit card ready, I want to talk to my wife, I want to talk to my spouse, I want to talk to my... this kind of objections we know the script, or you have been told some example of scripts, how to overcome them.
Where's the workbook?
It was the sales and the closing deal course. It's
It's online in the package.
no, I will give you. I will have you. If you didn't get one, I will get you one.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So this particular workbook, it shows all like 163, I believe, different objections and different verbiages and different strategies how to overcome these objections.
Okay.
So you may want to have something similar. Sometimes for the joint venture, you want to get exclusivity. So you want to give say it will be exclusive to you for the next month, and then I will open it up. Okay? Exclusivity is very dangerous because when you give somebody exclusive rights and does not perform, you are hooked. You cannot do much. Or you will be one of the first 3 partners who are launching this product out, so it will maximize your return of investment. Does it make sense? So I urge you, if you don't structure your service in the same way, you must change and you must at least test. If you structure your offer in this way, will you have a higher convergence from it?
Exclusivity you can also limit, or put to a key measure to keep it.
However, in a joint venture for key measurement is difficult because usually these are individuals. So I appreciate when somebody talk about companies, but usually the joint venture is someone, is an individual. And usually it's a different jurisdiction. Like a couple of the relationship I have is some people in South Africa. I don't even have a phone number for a lawyer in South Africa. Okay, so you cannot do anything about it. So the other guy is in Australia. I don't have any contact there. So majority of them, I did not see them in person. We only exchanged emails. There was one of them was an issue happened and we exchanged emails and then we get to know each other. I know someone in New Zealand. I never seen him in person at all. I always see his books. I always see his material, and he put me tag along with whatever he's doing. But I never really have a chance to meet him and talk to him in person because he's a shy author. But he runs this big network of fiction writers. So many of these individuals, you may not have a real relationship with them. So we have to understand. And many of them will not ask for exclusivity because they know that your offer is coming in a week and after 1 month will be gone. Okay? Any questions? So can you go inside on this particular sheet and just try to say under product features, what are the possible product features you will have? And then remember that we use a different code. So maybe for add-on, you can have a square. Maybe for extras, you can have a round. Maybe for bonus, you can have a triangle. And then on each one of the items, you will fill through the whole thing, verify, and put either a square or a circle or a triangle beside it, so you know that this is what. Sorry?
How you will call it?
Because remember, I told you there is no difference between extras and bonus and in my mind. They are all product features. It's just when I have to offer it. So the minimal viable product is the product which somebody can go and sell. You can have a little bit of add-on, you can have a little bit of extra, a little bit of scarcity. Sometimes also you can give bonuses and say, you know what, if you sell 100, copy, the next 5 will be for 100% your profit. Sometimes say like if you sell 20 seats, seat 21 to 25 will be all yours. I will not get any, I will not charge you on that. So this is an extra to have a little bit of performance. So you say, if you want to structure this in this way, you say, we are selling blocks. So I'm selling a blocks of 25. If you will get 30% or 50% commission on the first 20 in a 25 block, and the last 5 you'll have 100% commission or 75% commission. So this kind of techniques can maybe make them better performing towards selling more. But don't make it 1,000 block, because nobody will trust that you can sell 1,000. You have to be reasonable, okay? Maybe if you sell 10 seats, I will give you 30% discount or 30% commission. However, I will give you also 2 extra tickets for you. You can use them for yourself or you can sell them, I don't care. Which means in Leo that when you sell 10 seats, you get, let's call it $100, 10 seats, let's call it $10 per seat. So you sell 10 seats, you make $30, but you have also potential of getting 2 more seats where you make $20 each. Someone will come and say, okay, so what's the value here? What are you selling in your workshop or in your seminar or in your video? At the end, what are you selling? What is the goal of your seminar or your video courses?
To sell your offer
To do the main offer. Yeah.
To sell the main offer. So will you care? It's better for you to have 2 more free audience they may likely to buy or not. Do you care? Do you prefer to have 2 more extra?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you position your product, you have to understand that you're trying to make sure that people, when they come, they be financially viable, so they can pay tickets to come to the event. You cannot reach everybody, so you have to give out lots of money up front. That's why when we come, sometimes we come and say, you know what, it's 100% commission. You basically marketed. Anybody comes to pay, they will be basically yours. But after that, you have nothing. So if I stand there and sell my books, I should be able to make enough money, because the profit of my books as a silver, as a publisher for myself, they are 70% profit margin. So I can make enough money there. Do you understand this? Any questions? So do you want to share some of your bonuses, some of your structure for the product features?
I'm not even there yet. I haven't even determined what my offer is yet.
And it's good to know this inside, because now you can brainstorm about your offer. That's right?
I guess I'm just pulling everything out of my hat today.
So do you want to share?
Sure. So my product features are 36 videos, which amounts to about 18 hours of recording, and and growing each week. So 1 video each week is being produced.
1 minute here.
Yeah.
If you tell me it's growing each week, will I be interested to sell right now? Or I should wait till you have more?
Well, the feature, yeah, I don't know. So the feature is that it's growing. So we're adding every
I
week.
understand,
Yeah.
but if you highlight it's growing and it's adding more,
Sounds incomplete.
sounds that I may have to wait
Okay.
till you have 36, that's right?
That could be a nice extra later on, that all upcoming videos are included in the series.
So you are selling a series
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
of videos, that's right?
Yeah.
So you have now 18 hours.
Yeah. 18 hours, yeah. But so the
And whoever will buy the membership will have access for free. So it's a lifetime free access. One-time fee, lifetime free access.
Wait a minute, it's an annual fee. It's not one-time fee, it's an annual fee. It's a membership.
Okay.
Lifetime free access with an asterisk,
Yep.
right? Say, as long as the membership is paid every,
Yep. But it's still it's a flat monthly rate. So
It is,
so
yeah.
so when you sell 18 hours
yeah,
and you produce another 18 hours, you are not asking me for double the money.
no, no. So how do I list that as a feature? Because that is a feature, because it's 18 hours right now, but it's something that I,
So you say you will get a new weekly.
so new video,
Access to the new editions.
Or
Yeah.
then switch it around. You get one video every week, but you get access, and this is the plus, to all previous
Videos.
recordings.
oh, so turn that around completely.
Yeah, because the product itself is the video per week,
Oh,
or for a monthly fee,
it's an annual one flat fee. like that.
and at the end you offer free access to all previously recorded videos.
All recordings.
Any more contribution to our good friend here?
I've also got workbooks and worksheets.
Okay. Let's flip it around. So you have your idea, your original idea, okay?
Yeah.
He turn it around for you, and I will flip it around to you.
Does that say Avro? Arrow?
Original idea. This is the original idea.
What's the words below that?
Turn around. He said, let's turn it around, okay?
Around.
Because this is a new model which we don't know. So
Okay.
I don't wanna create a model name, and so
Yeah, yeah.
there is a turnaround discussion from our good friend here.
Yeah.
Let me flip it to you around.
Flip it around, okay.
So what's flipping around? Another approach to do is I will give you 5 basic hours, and then I will schedule or 5 sessions or 5 recorded sessions, and then I will schedule every week to release one of the recording, which is already inside the 18 hours recording. So if you do your 18-hour recording without a time stamp in them, this will be fresh to anybody. Does anybody have a time to go on 18 hours in 1 week?
No.
So if let's use the hours as a session, okay? Let's just use the hours as a unit. So for example, I can produce 5 recorded hours. So when Mike came in and very excited, he wants to know the stuff, he wants to know the, sorry to use the shit there, he will sit there and he will work for 5 hours consequently. But then he has other business, has other kids to do. And then he will watch for the 1 hour video coming every week.
Right.
By the way, these videos are not fresh. This is our part of
18.
the 13 hours.
I like that. Love it.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So I can boost you up with 3 sessions, 5 sessions, 5 hours, whatever is. Like for me to put out, like if I go around and say like you have about 38 different courses on my website, how many of you really went and even check all of them? You can't. Technically you can't. So you can do the system like that. You can say, I will give you a core of pre-recorded to boost your service or some kind, and then you can schedule in your membership technically in WordPress in your membership when somebody will sign, when they can see the sequence from the time they sign up. And that's it. So you have the original offer, the original idea or the original offer. You had the turnaround and you have the flip around concept. Which one is better for you? Very straightforward. Write it down, one of them, send it to potential joint venture. If they pick it up and they sell it, go with it. But this is an idea. When you record your videos, you usually don't try to put timestamps to it. You don't like to talk about events. You want to make it neutral from time to time. So you can use like that. So every week somebody will get a new recording. For them, they know it's a recording of a session, but they don't know when this was recorded.
Also, you make every single video except maybe the first 5 standalone,
Oh yeah,
so that they're not growing on top of each other.
yeah. Or even if the first 5 are 5 different strings or 5 different streams,
Mhm.
you can still have the core 5. You say we have the basic core, and then every week they will have access to the motivational part. So this will reduce your demand on being here. So that's why your backgrounds doesn't need to have a calendar, doesn't need to have a clock, because all of this indication of what?
Time.
Of time. And I want you in particular to do one thing. Can you go and play back one of the espresso shots
I know, it's got specifics to that.
of the recording of the espresso shots and tell me if people will see the difference? Okay? Because I don't think people will see the differences if they are not looking for the differences. So all this idea of automated webinar and webinar jam, and you can automate your webinars by recording videos, it works because usually people are not, 80% of your audience are not looking for the differences. I am the one of the few who is looking because I want to understand the business. So I want to check that really people are live or not. And there are people who are making it too much because they go, oh, it's you cannot hear me, and it's the power is off, the computer is crashing, and they do so much games. And one time I stopped the audio, the video. I went to my event, I came back, and I start again the same video, and everything was just playing nicely. And on the next event, I signed up, I went, I found the same exact verbiage. So I'm not telling you to do this because this is not right to do. However, if you want to package it as a package videos, you can have.
That sounds like a new product idea that I didn't think about.
It's the same products you have right
The
now,
same product,
but
but just
instead of
packaging
offering
it
it at 18 hours, knowing that nobody has 18 hours.
Yeah.
At this level, you can also talk about the early access. So the VIP. So the early access or the VIP will be somebody who is getting 2 videos a week instead of 1. So if I have the capacity and I need more help, and I will need more, I need more than 1 video a week, I can be the VIP or the accelerated version. So if you are selling business services or business training and you want to accelerate, instead of having 12 weeks, you can have 6 weeks, people pay more money for that. So you may have a tier for accelerated transformation. And you can charge them maybe 30% more. Or 50, or some numbers. Does it make sense? So if you have video content, it's very precious because the more content you can create, the more you can structure. Okay, so you have your original offer, your OO. You have your turnaround, and you have your flip around. Anyone wants to give him another smash around? Or so this is why when especially with this particular offers, I started and said, you know what? Forget about the offer. Just build the component. Just have the videos. Just have the blogs set up, and then we can package it in an easy way. Because if you have everything set up, you can package it as an extra configuration layer inside your WordPress website. It's not difficult, but you have these things, you can do that. The other idea also is you may wanna split 18 into 3 different programs. So you can have 3 different tiers. One for heart, one for brain, one for mind. I don't know.
It's not, but I could have 3 different series, and
Or
because I already have the title, so I can say these are pick one of the 3 series.
So when you go about 3 different series, so this was the smash around. Okay. So you can have them into 3 different series. So and when somebody now is starting to record videos on a weekly or a daily or a every other day basis, he must have the vision that maybe in a month or 2, he will have them as a series, or he will have them as a.
So really get a theme going.
Yep. Yep.
I'll do that.
And I'm not suggesting that any of you do anything. I'm pushing out the ideas. We are discussing what's around, and we can make a decision based on an A/B testing. We can put this out, and we can put this out and see how many will subscribe here, how many will subscribe here. Okay? Does it make sense? Okay. Continue what your features. We were just in your features. This was the first feature of your features. Or sorry, of your program feature, not your personal features, okay? What other features you have?
Well, that's it. I don't have any other features that I can.
So you didn't have any of from 1 to there are 5, 9, there are 14 different features. So what other product features you have?
What 14 features?
Here you have 5 features.
Yeah,
3 add-ons.
I'm just thinking of the Spark Plus as my product. The only thing I have is just the video recordings and the weekly fresh thing. But now we've got that. I don't know if there's anything more than that I have in that particular program.
Okay. Okay. Remember,
we're talking still about the product features for the JV, so the videos have to live somewhere, so they would live on a landing page. That would be a product feature.
Yes. So you need to have a landing page for the JV. Go ahead. So you need to have a landing page for the JV. You need to have
maybe the archive, depending on which one you use there. What else?
And you may wanna do a video for the JV, where you wanna get the JV to experience.
So is this feature? You're saying this feature is for the JV?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's what you know.
So now in the JV you can structure the program into 18 hours video, or you can structure it into the flip around, the smash around, and the turn around. That's right. But you may also want to create a video for the JV and give them maybe one technique experience. If you do self-development, you may want to give them a glimpse. You want to give them an overview of what they are selling. That's right. Especially if it's something easy for them to grasp, like breathing techniques, like mind shift or mindset. So you also may want to have them to track their commission or the orders, which you'll need to have JV3, some of these tools where they can track down this commissions. And you also need to give them banners.
Marketing materials.
So banners, advertising, images, affiliated links, where they will be able to use. So when I give them a banner, I give them a banner in different sizes, and I give them the link. So
like for Facebook ad for.
Yep.
Instagram,
Yep.
G plus, whatever it is.
Yeah. So in particularly in Infusionsoft, the back end is very rich and very confusing, because if you set it up wrong, you will suffer. But if you make it simple as one level, you can also add the links and you give them just an access. You click, I want to access, people will access. So when they sign up to the JV program, whatever you can put over there and you enable the access, they will automatically get it. So if you make a decision to invest in such a tool, it's a great tool. If you don't want to invest in such a tool and you don't have it, there are always an equivalent tool on WordPress plugins which you can use. Almost every membership on plugin on membership on WordPress right now, they do have a tool for partners and for affiliate. So I'm not biased toward the tool or not, but I'm sharing my experience. I use the one which is very simple. I use others which also efficient, but they are not simple to use. Even WooCommerce, there is an affiliate plugin for it, I believe for $19. You can buy it and you can add affiliate to it. You need the tool. Nobody serious will be interested if they don't guarantee, because people don't know you. The classical definition of a joint venture is somebody does not know you. When I went to these joint venture groups online, and I will share with you this, but let's just close this part first. Do you have any other questions on your?
No, that's it.
Okay, so we have another 6 minutes before the next break. So anyone wants to use them to share with us what they will share? What's their features?
So how much is Infusionsoft?
Somewhere between somewhere in the $200 range, based on so many features. So a month. So
That's US.
No, that'd be Canadian.
that will be Canadian now.
Yeah, they got a special version now. They got a entry level at about $100 US, which I want. And then you can add on different modules. Like the commerce module, I just got offered for it for, I think it was $70
Yeah.
in addition. So
And you know, my story with Infusionsoft is different, and I always say it because I came back to this country. I want to do something. I didn't really have an idea in mind at the time, but I went to this event. I saw this presentation. I saw this tool. I said, you know what? This tool is equivalent to my front receptionist in my company. It's also my secretary, and it gave me sales information. So I said, this tool, if I have it, I will make money with it. And I didn't have a business at the time. I went to the fellow. He said, no, I don't have the forms. My flight was delayed, and I didn't have my luggages. I went the following weekend. I found a fellow in a different local event here. This was a business week about 3 years ago. Small business week. I went to this event, and I found a guy from Infusionsoft coming on Sunday. I went to him on Saturday. I said, you know what? I want to buy what you have. I have here a photo of the offer of last week, or like 10 days ago, and I want you to match it. He looked at it and said, no, I will give you something better. Can you wait for Sunday? I said, I may not come back tomorrow. Can I have it on Saturday? Can I have it right now? The guy looked at me and said, okay, I will give it to you. He signed me in a better offer, and he gave me everything. And then I showed up on Sunday, and he laughed to me. I told him I want to make sure I have it. That's it. And then it took me about 2 weeks to figure out how to make money out of it. That's it. It's so powerful, and I use like less than 10% of the tools. Okay, but it helps. When you have the tools figured out, you are halfway or more in front of the client. If you have MailChimp or you have any other tools, it's great. Don't I'm not telling you to change, but what I'm saying is you need to give good thoughts for the tools. And I'm not affiliated with Infusionsoft, and I don't get any benefit of anybody buying anything because I'm not affiliated with them. But this was a good tool. There was another tool with WooCommerce on affiliated program, which I was able to do a smaller affiliation system with it as well. So this was just a very, like, this is a one shot, like you are launching out an ebook, you are launching out a book. Because you do know that I run few different how to get your ex back and some of this interesting material, which I'm not I cannot put my face to it. But I run it through a specific other tools, and it's suited for what the goal of it. Somebody's buying, these guys get a commission, that's it, nothing else. So you may want to evaluate that, and you may want to maybe on Saturday or so we can open back some of these tools back on the projector, and you can assess which one you want to use. This is a fair comment? Okay. Anyone wants to share other features we did not discuss? Okay. So if you have no more further point to discuss, we can break for 15 minutes, and then we can come back and talk about where can we find these joint ventures.